New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
It's Ebro in the morning. You got Laura Styles and on the program, Queen Naija. Give it up one time.
Yay.
How are you, beautiful lady?
I'm good. I'm great.
Are you great?
Yeah.
How? Let's get right to it. You was popping. Your whole relationship was on the internet. You was a vlogger, as they say, or whatever.
But let's go way back, though, Ebro. How did it start? Because you're from Detroit, right?
Yeah, but Detroit really don't got nothing to do with it. I'm from Detroit, but I moved to Houston. That's when I got to Houston.
That's the pop.
Yeah, that's when I started. That's when we started getting bigger in Houston, because we got a bigger house and a better setting and stuff like that.
But you started your vlogging when you and your husband, were you married at that time?
Yeah, we were married.
So it was your idea to start the vlogs?
Yeah, Actually, it was both of our idea. I ain't gonna take all the credit.
And that was, what was his name? Chris?
Yeah.
He was a cheater. He got busted cheating. Your fans put together some video I just saw with him kissing somebody, doing something.
Yeah, actually, the girls, they exposed them. Because when your relationship is out there, you can't really do nothing in secret. Yeah. Especially when people have, intentions for clout and intentions to,
get popping themselves.
Get popping, yeah. That's what it was. That's why they did. But I'm not going to say that I'm mad at it, because I would have never known. I would never create it.
Helped you out.
Yeah.
So, as Laura said at the beginning, you said, or you started, you guys filming your relationship. Was it like relationship goals and all of that? Y'all was just putting it up? Or
it started we didn't just start on YouTube. We was going viral on social media, not social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We had really cute videos, dancing together, cute pictures, and they would say relationship goals, and they would put little quotes on there. So there was memes going viral of us. So then people started to look for us. We made an Instagram, and then they follow our Instagram, and it blew up. But we was still broke, so
it's hard to monetize those likes.
Yeah, we were famous on social media, but we were still broke. So I was like, we should do YouTube. We seen this other couple and how much money they make, and we was really just having a rough time staying in a 1-bedroom apartment on Section 8, and, stuff like that. So, and then I had got fired from my security job too. So
security, you was just had the polyester pantsuit and you used to work the overnight shift and sit at the desk and sign people in security? What kind of security?
Yeah, something like that, and watching cameras and walking around the building, scanning the barcodes and stuff like that. So
it's honest work, though.
I wasn't taking nobody down, I can't. But yeah, that's how it happened, and then I don't know, we just blew up on YouTube.
So you blew up on YouTube doing the cutesy couple videos, though, right? Everybody fell in love with your relationship.
Yeah, we transferred. I'm sorry, I skipped the whole thing. We transferred our supporters from Instagram over to YouTube.
Okay.
After, and then so we was doing the videos on a red couch, and we was just making it do what it do. We ain't had no camera. We was using our phone.
Whatever.
We had a Pepsi bottle right here, and we linked the iPad up against there.
But I think the dope part was y'all was in love and you was sharing it. And people, I think, were inspired by that. People love seeing people in love, I think, for the most part.
I feel like maybe I was in love. Maybe I was just in love.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like when you in love with somebody, you don't go do
cheat?
Stuff. Yeah.
No, that's not necessarily true.
I feel like if you love the person, you cheat. But if you really in love with somebody, all you think about is them. Not
necessarily. That's the woman's lens.
But from a man, then what?
Men don't necessarily go out and fuck with other women because we're in love with those new women. Yeah. Sometimes it's just sport. We just want to see, male ego is we're simple creatures.
Yeah.
And so our ego and our ability to be either, attract a woman or see what we're capable of kind of drives our day to day. When you don't have a lot going on for yourself, you expressed that you and your man didn't really have a lot going on for yourselves. You was popping, people knew who you were, but you didn't have a lot of money. So I'm sure his ego was hurt. So he probably went out, and this is all assumptions as an outsider. I don't know. He probably went out and just was geeked off the attention.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the bank account. He couldn't provide for you. Couldn't do all these other things. So then he got some attention.
No,
got
it was
geeked.
after. It was that after the bank account.
So the money went up and then he got out there.
But that happens too.
That's
Once money starts coming in, they start,
But see, the thing is, you talk about ego and stuff. He's a handsome guy, so he knew what he could pull. He had women in his DMs like left and right. So if you know that you got these like models and all these type of girls in your DMs, why do you feel the need to go out to see if you can capture that when you know you can?
You just want to sniff around, smell something new.
Sniff around and smell something.
Smell something new, and he got caught up. I'm not saying. And look, sometimes, how old is he?
He's 22, so
He's too young.
Right.
He ain't really live.
So, were you guys married?
Yeah, but that's the thing I told him before we got married. We got married 19. Okay, freshly when I turned 19.
That's so
now, but I was like I said, I was already pregnant. We were in church back then, like heavy. So we didn't
What's that mean? People in church don't cheat?
No,
Should
not
you run
cheat.
away?
I didn't want to have a child out of wedlock.
Got
okay.
it.
And, I didn't want to, I wanted to just try to like make it right, get married. I really didn't want to not at the time. I wanted to marry him, but not then. Because I felt like
the baby was on the way. You had to do what you had to do.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. And then on top of that, he was just like, if you don't marry me, then this possibly can't work. I might move on. And I didn't want to lose him. So.
Wow.
Wait, so he pressured you to get married?
Yeah, he was more so the one that wanted to get married than me.
Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? I loved him. I just didn't want to do, because it was such a big step. Like, I went from living under my mom's roof and, like, following her rules. And then I never went to college. I never got the chance to really, like, go out and do me. And then I knew that when I had a husband, like, the husband's ahead. Not to say that we don't have power, because we do have power as women, but you have to, like, listen to your husband, too. You have to take him into consideration.
Well, I think the man should be taking the woman into consideration. That's what a partnership is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But at the same time, like, the head of the household is a husband. So being under...
I mean, in your scenario, maybe.
Yeah.
In a lot of scenarios... Not always.
Maybe I was going by tradition. I don't know.
I got a friend named Chris. His wife is the head of the household.
Well...
She be running this.
Well, no, money... Okay, so let's just say, money-wise, I was always working.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was never, like, really a stay-at-home mom, honestly. I always worked anytime I could. But sometimes you like to give your man that power because...
Well, back to the ego.
The ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to kill his ego or his pride. You love him, so you don't want to...
And I think, this is we're going super deep, and I appreciate you sharing. But there is, back to the cheating aspect, at a young age, a lot of times men, the reason they cheat, it doesn't have anything to do with love. It has a lot to do with immaturity. It has to do with the sport of sex and that physical satisfaction. Yeah. And so, he may have been in love with you. I don't know the man. And I ain't gonna lie and act like I followed your whole story in detail. But, for other people going through it, doesn't mean he's not in love with you. But there is the other responsibility of a relationship. If you're telling someone you made an agreement with somebody that we are in a monogamous relationship and you break that code and you break that agreement and you step out.
It's also a difference of just slipping up once or twice.
Yeah. Facts.
Now, when you're doing it over and over and over and over, and I keep catching like different stuff, and people keep sliding in my DMs like, "Oh, is this your husband?" Like,
that means he wants to get caught.
Embarrassing. Like, ouch, that hurts.
He likes getting in trouble.
So let me ask you. All right. So you guys, you discovered the cheating while you guys were filming all these little videos, right?
Yeah, on YouTube.
So when was it that you decided, okay, I'm done?
Well, the first time that he got caught, when he got exposed and it went like viral.
The girls put it up. They filmed him because I saw that when they filmed them FaceTiming one of the girls.
Yeah. No, that was another one. When they came out, multiple women came out.
Ugh.
It was more like stuff. It was more. And I'm like, so it just wasn't this girl. It was like all these girls. And I'm just like, oh my God, the whole time I didn't know because I put so much trust. I'm like, oh, maybe he DM'd them, but he ain't never had sex with him. Or like, you just put so much trust into a person, like, you really can't put nothing past nobody. So, it was, I took him back after that because I told him, well, since you embarrassed me in public, you apologize in public. Like, admit to what you did, be a man. I really regret that. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell him that. Mm-hmm. I'm the one who had to tell him to do that, and then he did it. I don't feel like that it was, at the moment, I didn't feel like it was sincere because he was like so embarrassed from it, and he was embarrassed on telling on himself, even though it was already told. He felt like that made it worse, him making that video. And like he felt like since he talked about it, it made it more people tuned in. But I just was like, I was looking at it differently. Like it's already out there for one, and for two, like just show that you're sorry. So I didn't leave because he made the video, but after that, we were trying to get back to doing videos. Now keep in mind, this is our way of living. Like we can't just stop doing videos because we don't have no other job. YouTube pays us. So if we slack on videos, we got bills to pay and things like that. So I have to smile for the camera.
And there's a kid now, right?
Yeah, we have a son, a 2-year-old son at the moment. And it's like I had to put on this smile and I had to look happy. But people like seen through it.
Yeah.
And they seen that I was hurt. So this is after that, people bashed me for staying with him. They said that I didn't have a backbone, that I was weak. Did
you believe that at the time?
I felt like in a way I was stupid, but at the end of the day, I made vows with him, and like that was my husband, and we had a son. We built a platform, so I didn't want to leave based off what everybody else was saying. I want to leave because I want to leave.
That's right.
Not because other people saying it.
Right.
So they was like, what example are you setting for women? You telling them to accept this and this and that. But I was just like, you guys, I don't really have to explain nothing to y'all. Like, I'm going to stay with my husband and that's that. So afterwards, we doing these videos and things like that, keep in mind. And it happened a second time, but this time nobody knew about it. It was like undercover. It was something that I found out low key, but like it wasn't exposed to the internet. So nobody knew about this but me. And I could have kept making videos with him and just talked it out with him like, oh, you did it again. But, but I decided to walk away this time, even though nobody knew about it. I decided to move out. I moved into the house with my brothers, and then I started doing videos on my own channel, which I had already created like back in like a year after we did ours. And people seen it. Like our supporters was like, but I thought you took them back. But I thought y'all was good, But really, like it was stuff, still going on. But I'm not gonna expose it. But so they was wondering what was going on, and I was like, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to feel stupid. Because everybody told me I shouldn't have stayed and this happened again. So I'm not going to get on there and be like, yeah, y'all, he cheated again. Like, I was like, I'll just make a song. And so then I wrote Medicine. And that's how Medicine came along. And it was just supposed to be confirmation for all my supporters. But it went further than just YouTube. So.
And now that song charted. It did very well.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to cry right now. Like talking about it still hurts.
Like, I'm not about to cry. Just, like, when I talk about stuff, it's the story that I went through, so it's something I went through, so
You still feel it?
Like, I still feel it, but I'm happy. I'm in a happy place now, though.
Well, it's still new. How long ago was this? Medicine came out 2017, 2018, just recent, right?
Yeah, I dropped Medicine, like, 11 o'clock p.m., right before New Year's, right before it hit 12.
And y'all was officially broke up when?
We were officially done. Like when I moved out the house, we were broken up. But I didn't.
Was that a year ago?
Actually, I would have to count my fingers right now. I ain't been paying attention.
Less than a year. A year.
I left the house late November of 2017.
Okay.
I left the house.
So it hasn't been a year.
Hasn't been a whole year. I divorced him though.
That's fine. That's clean. That's all that's paperwork.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And you did doing what's best for you is the right thing.
Did he reach out to you after he saw the song? After you heard the song?
Everybody asked that. Actually, he didn't. We only talked about CJ and how we was gonna
raise your son.
So y'all clean break. No emotional talk. No,
we had all of our emotional talks before that. Like when I was leaving the house, that's when he was like, trying to still make me stay and things like that. But and then I was like, well, I'll give it 2 weeks. I'll stay away from the house. I just need to get out of here. I'll give it 2 weeks to decide whether I want to leave or go. So he was like really going through it those 2 weeks. Like, so are you gonna stay or you gonna go? I wasn't at the house with him. And I just decided like I really knew I had to leave when one night I just broke down. I'm like, man, I really have to like leave him and like I thought I was gonna be with him forever. So
forever is a mighty long time.
I know.
yeah, like but we thought we was gonna grow old together and stuff like that. But I was just really hurting because I'm like, dang.
Young love, boy.
Yeah, you think you're gonna be with somebody forever and like it's finally ending. But I knew I had to because
that's strong. You did the right you did the right thing and that's strong. I just want to point something out to you. You know, it's our first time meeting. I'm just getting hip to I just learned about you probably 3 weeks ago, max. Never had heard of you before. I thought you was from Nigeria with a name like Queen
everybody
Naija. I
say
was
that.
like, oh,
My mom
she
spelled
from
my
Nigeria.
name wrong.
No, it's fine. But within the course of 24 months, okay, you've had a child, you've had your first major breakup, you've gotten divorced, you've put some money in your pocket, you've moved, you put out music. That's significant moments in life, right? In a short period of time. And the reason when I looked across from you and watched you telling the story, I was like, yo, she about to cry right now, is because it's still fresh.
Yeah.
Right? You had a child with a man, right? A man had a child with you. I'm sure he's not all the way right either. And if y'all, and I'm just saying all that for anybody watching this, to just take your time with these moments. Don't rush it. I'm glad you got somebody new. I'm glad you're in a happy space. All that's great. But if you're not able with your new circumstances to still acknowledge the fact that some major life scars and fractures and things took place and transitions took place, that's going to haunt you for a long time. So make sure you vetting that clean, you know, and really working through that as often as possible.
I definitely feel like, I'm sorry, did you want to say something?
I was gonna, how old are you now?
I am 22.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking
you're such a
22.
But
baby.
listen, like for some reason, I don't know why, but I always, from situations in my life period, I bounce back.
That's
quick.
clean.
As you should.
Yeah, I bounce back. And you know, a lot of times, like I used to question myself, oh, am I over him? But I don't question I know I am.
That's fine,
Like
too.
I know I am because, like, and I'm not gonna lie, like thinking back about it, back then I was really hurting. But now, like now that I see, I understand why I went through these things. Like, because even though it wasn't planned and it's not ideal, if I wouldn't have went through this, I wouldn't have been here. And like things lined up for a reason. And sometimes people they in your life for a season or to get you across this bridge so that you can, and everybody can't go where you going. And like, even though like I wanted to take him, I was really held back from music when I was in that marriage. Like,
Why? He didn't want you to make music?
here's the thing. We made music together, like for fun, to put it on YouTube and it got views and all that stuff. I'm the one who encouraged him to, you know, start doing music. He always used to like write raps and stuff when he was younger, but I was like, we should do something together. So we started doing stuff on YouTube. But when it came to like me, it's like,
He didn't want you to blossom. He didn't want you to grow. He didn't want you to be out there and shine.
And you felt it deep down?
like, I don't want to say that. It's like without him though, maybe he didn't want me to.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't want to.
Yeah, because like
let you fly.
anytime I would go be writing a song, like, and I'm like, oh, he'd be writing a song too. Like it kind of was like I didn't have the full support from him for my music because he was working on something for himself too, like at the same time. So I like anytime I went to the studio to record a song by myself, I never got a chance to finish it. Like I just didn't have that push.
Well, I want to play the medicine record because I feel like your profile is very big on social media, and I feel like the audience that tunes into us may not be aware of just how big your profile is and how talented you are. Because I think right now, like, you know, a lot of things come through Instagram, right, and social media, and we're like, is this person for real? Is this that?
Yeah.
And I think that it's a great time for R&B too. So this might align great for you and your music ambition. So let's play medicine. Then I want to come back and I want to talk about some of the new material you're about to release. And also I would love to hear about the new relationship because my niece and your new boyfriend, I don't think my niece really likes you.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Because
She's 15. Well, you with her man. And she liked him first.
Her man in her head?
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't worry about Ryan. Ryan's fine. Ryan's 15. Ryan need to worry about her grades with your little badass. That's why you had to go to summer school. I love your honesty and transparency. Are you prepared at 22 years old, a career now that you are developing, right, of making money, but it's all based on your personal life and everything that you went through? Are you prepared for that for the next decade of what that is?
Yeah, YouTube got me started off with that. YouTube, I was preparing myself. My whole life was on there. Why? Because not I was making money from it. That was my only job. But like now, when you put something out there, like, and you get genuine supporters, like you can't just leave them and go ghost. Like
you feel obligated to them.
Yeah, we gotta, I understand that, there's haters out there and you're not supposed to expose all your business, but you got people that's really, I have people that's really invested into my life.
I mean, people have been tuning into this like if it's like a real life soap opera, but it's her little actual life.
Yeah, that's why they get mad when like now I don't vlog, but like now I have to tell them I'm not only doing YouTube now, like I'm doing a lot of other things. I'm juggling a lot, so
just
vlogging,
be patient, everybody.
I edit my own videos too, so editing, like all that stuff, like it takes time. So
look, that's this is that. What was the thing that everybody got mad with Kylie about the other day, where the magazine called her self-made? And everybody was like, "You ain't self-made. Everybody around you rich." This is a real self-made story, and I think that's what people really love. You understand? Is because you're doing it yourself. I do want to, with regard to your past relationship, before we get to the new one, for young ladies out there, and Laura, you could chime in on this because you've lived this, but if a man really respects the relationship and really, really values you, odds are he's not going to cheat. But most of the time when it comes to young men, they don't know how to value a relationship yet. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. It's not that they don't love you. They don't want to be with you, and everything that they're saying is probably true. But they don't really understand the value of the long-term commitment.
And that's why I don't wish nothing bad on him. That's why I don't really blame him, because he's still young. And that's why a lot of people like, ain't you happy he going down? It's like, no, I'm not happy. I wish him the best in life. Like, we just didn't work out, and that, that's that.
And you guys have a son. That's your son's father.
And so if something happened to him, then something happened to my son too. So like, I still got to keep that in mind. And like you said, they just don't know how to value it.
It's immaturity, and that's why.
I'm pretty sure he'll be a better man for somebody else, like later on in life when he get older.
And I also encourage people to pace yourselves. I know when you're 19, you think I'm grown. Like it's the rest of my life.
It's really important that you experience life and you experience relationships. You experience other people and understand that and pick and like, to me, out of every relationship, you learn how you want to be treated.
Yo, you even got you got a passport?
No, not yet. I need to get it. I ain't been out the country.
You ain't been nowhere.
See, yes.
That's the other part.
That's gonna change your life.
But see,
right there.
I was thinking like, back then I was like, yeah, but we can travel together, like, all that stuff you say.
No, and potentially you could. Yeah. But there's a planet with like a whole that changes you when you see how other people are living, different types of music and foods. You grow in certain ways that maybe this look, at 19, you're not going to be the same person at 25. You're not going to be the same person at 30. And you know me, I've stopped maturing at 43. But I'm just saying, you do continue to learn things. You understand? Mm-hmm. And so you got to choose your partner, your life partner wisely, because now you're locked to this person. You have a child.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens,
you still got to deal with them.
What happens to them, like you said, happens to your son. Yeah. And as you evolve, right, and grow, and you want your son to grow, you have this thing that potentially is holding y'all back a little bit because of decisions that you made when you were young.
How's your co-parenting? Do you guys get along when it comes to
we actually don't have issues with co-parenting. It's a little tough because we're in different states. So our co-parenting is not the regular, you keep them a weekend or you keep them this week. It's longer periods. Like, it's like 3 weeks to a month. And it's like really hard to be away from it probably would be different if I wasn't doing all of this and like radio promos but
you're busy, so it's a little easier.
Yeah, since I'm not like at home, like I can't just be like, okay, fly him to me. I don't have all the time anymore. And that's the hardest part, because I went from being with my son every day giving him baths and taking him to the park. And like now, I'm like not there as much. But we've talked about making the time shorter and stuff like that. But I don't know, something gonna have to give because I can't be away from my baby that long. So
understandable,
especially the different states and stuff. Like,
yeah.
That's too
All right,
much.
so let's talk about the new relationship.
Well, the new relationship is with Clarence.
Okay, so I just want to say I haven't confirmed anything yet, and I don't want to confirm anything yet because until we both confirm it like together on. Trust me, it's like a plan going on.
All right,
I don't want like not.
So you got a whole rollout for the new relationship.
It's not that. It's like okay, people can read in between the lines. They see what's going on.
All right, can you say that you're dating? Maybe he's not your exclusive boyfriend yet.
They call it what they call him on the internet, Claire Bear or something.
I made that name up for him, Claire Bear.
So you giving somebody pet names but don't want to confirm a relationship?
Okay, I don't because you know what people have so much to say like when stuff like I just want to. I just want to wait.
You can't run from them now. This how you make your money. You gonna have to walk through these flames. I know,
but listen, trust me, y'all gonna see. Just let it roll out. Let it roll out. Y'all gonna see. Watch my YouTube channel. We just created.
Watch me work.
We just created a channel together, actually.
Oh wow!
Called the Royal Family. We gonna let every.
What's it called?
The Royal Family. The reason.
Y'all going ham.
No. Listen, I'm telling you, when you watch that channel, then a lot of the questions will be answered. I promise.
Did you have any hesitation into like just joining forces with a second relationship and putting it at
We was like
everything on blast?
like
now she saw them waves and dude with that beard. She was like, I ain't got no problems.
It started off just by like trying to do a YouTube collabs together. Right. That's all it was supposed to be. Like,
yeah, right.
I swear it was just supposed to be.
He got his shirt off too much for just YouTube.
Okay, he had his shirt off after we got comfortable with each other.
No, he had his shirt off on the gram before y'all met.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
I'm talking about on like together on YouTube videos.
Yeah, no, but you seen them arms and tats and all that.
He was my Instagram crush for the longest. I can't lie.
There we go. Now we telling the truth.
But we a step like. A lot of people probably look at him and think, oh, he an F-boy or like he like.
Why?
But
why?
Because of like his looks and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, and he don't really say too much. He never said too much on Instagram and stuff like that. But now he got a YouTube, so people can see his personality.
Because people found him attractive, so everybody thought he was a clown. Oh,
but he is a really good guy. Like, really good guy. And
he's from New York?
Yeah, he's from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did that just happen? Did you say he's from the Bronx?
He's from the Bronx. You want to know something like...
You been to the Bronx before?
Yeah, now I have. But like, okay, so when I was like younger, I used to love like how New York guys talk. So like, I just love the accent and stuff. And so when I finally met somebody, from New York, I was feeling all...
Panty dropper. Bow. Done.
No, it wasn't that.
Y'all kiss a lot. Y'all big kissers. You like kissing them?
You know what?
Why are you teasing her?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how this moves. You understand? Like, look, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't in one frame be like, yo, my whole relationship and family's up there, my breakup's up there. I'm gonna write a song about it. I'm gonna do this video
y'all just gotta be patient.
And then I'm gonna just every time I got somebody in one of my videos, it's a nigga with a beard. And then you know what I'm saying? Like,
Just, I'm telling you, be patient. It's not gonna be too long before y'all find out everything.
All right, so you've had your whole life on social media. It's a weird place, especially
you tightening
YouTube.
up. You mad? You mad?
No,
you mad?
listen to him. I don't get mad. I work good under pressure.
Yes, don't listen to that. Okay, so listen. Do you get caught up in all like the negativity and you read the comments and how because I see people come for you, whether it's
they be coming for me, but you want to know something? Like I really have to. I used to try to argue back with everybody, but now, like, I can't.
No.
I can't.
It's not worth it.
So, like, now.
Every now and then, like, once a week, I dedicate, like, an hour to getting it in with just some trolls.
You shouldn't do that.
But lately, I know, but lately.
Yeah, let's do it.
I've been choosing to not, like, look at, like, certain. Like, I've been choosing not to look under certain posts because I know people probably comment and stuff. That's a lot of negativity.
A lot, yeah. And people sometimes do it just to get a reaction or a reply.
Yeah, and even though. Like, I know a lot of those things they say aren't true. At the end of the day, I still don't want them to think that about me. So I have this issue with, like, I care too much about what people think.
And you ain't never going to be able to make everybody happy.
Right, and that's my thing, too.
Ever.
Always trying to please everybody. Always trying to prove myself. And, like, a lot of, like, Clarence helped me with that, too. Like, a lot of times when I'm reading comments and stuff, he'll, like, take the phone
Good.
Yeah,
Oh, so y'all be together a lot. Where he's
no, we
next to your
together.
phone.
Like the only reason why he's not here today is I don't know. He gotta get a haircut.
He's still sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, it was early. I woke up. I had to wake up early. He was too.
It was a late night last night?
Oh yeah, it was. I got back in late from getting my son.
Oh, got it. Your son's here in New York right now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So.
And your son and Clarence, they have a good relationship, or you haven't really crossed that bridge yet?
I brought CJ around Clarence, and like they good. I mean, they play around a lot, but it's still, of course, it's still new.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I don't expect for it to be like, oh,
Yeah, nah,
I'm not
it don't work
forcing
like
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
Nah.
It got to come natural, and you know, I have to always. That's why I have to make sure I raise CJ right and to respect all adults and things like that, so that we don't come into that kind of.
I'm proud of you. Doing very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're doing your best with it. It sounds like it's
I'm
healthy and
trying.
you're managing it, and it's dope.
I'm trying, and people really don't. They don't see it.
No, you
But
should
and
look at. Don't. I'm telling you, don't pay attention to all the negative shit. You have look at how far you've come.
Yeah, I have
You're
to
doing
always.
an interview about your music and your
We
life.
work with a guy. We work with a guy. His name is
Yeah.
Funkmaster Flex. People come for him a lot, and he has a slogan when people come for him, and he doesn't use it as much anymore, but it works in life.
Mm-hmm.
Who you mad at, me or yourself? Because a lot of times, what that helps you realize is the reason they're mad at you is they're projecting their own issues and anger with their own life out into and trying to place that on someone else because they're too weak to look in the mirror and take responsibility for their own lives.
Yeah, they so invested that they.
And they're seeking you. They're looking to go on your channel.
No, it's not
pay
that they're
attention to you.
it's not that they're so invested. They're just looking for someone else to be mad at because they're too tired of being mad at themselves.
I'm
or too
saying,
weak to
but
change.
the reason why I say invested because like they will actually sit, make up their own conspiracies about why I'm not with CJ or like all this stuff, and they will believe they own. Like they too invested. Like they trying to make up. Like
Well,
put
then there's
stories
just
together.
crazy people too. There's crazy people.
Yeah.
That's okay. They're giving you clicks. It's
Never
fine.
rule out crazy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Never rule out crazy.
Yeah. I can't rule out crazy because I'm crazy myself.
How crazy? Like how crazy?
You know,
like key a car crazy, slash a tire crazy, break a window crazy.
You want to know something? That's the thing. I'm not that kind of crazy. I'm like crazy in a different way.
What kind of crazy?
Poison your food crazy over a long period of
I don't
time,
know.
and then
I
you
thought-
just wake up sick one day and you don't know why because your wife been poisoning your food.
I've thought about things like that, but for some reason, my heart like things are in my head like that, but I will never like my heart. I'm like a squishy little sour patch.
That's how they cover it up.
I
For their money,
can't.
yeah.
I can't. No, I can't. Like
okay.
that's why have you seen the medicine video? Okay.
Have you ever been arguing in the kitchen with your man, and you out of the corner of your eyes you see the knives, and you think about grabbing? You don't actually grab them, but you see them. You just know where they at.
No,
just in case.
I grabbed a hammer before. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Edit that out.
See, you saw that laugh. You
It's
saw the
okay.
crazy
I've
laugh.
grabbed the baseball bat before. You be all right.
You saw it. You're like,
You be
you
all right.
gotta watch us, right?
No, I never do nothing like that.
Shit.
No, I wouldn't.
The song was called Medicine.
Yeah.
What kind of medicine?
Basically just
Like
doing
you.
basically just not
What kind of medicine?
basically just doing to him what he did to me,
Get your
but just
medicine.
worse.
But you wasn't like,
Like you gotta watch it.
you wasn't slipping him medicine in his food.
No, I don't
Ebro.
want. No, I don't want you to die because I want you to see what I'm doing to you.
See, she crazy, son. Answer me this. Did it hurt your feelings when people really thought you couldn't sing? Was that?
No, I ain't hurt my feelings. I'm just like, okay, so here's the thing. I grew up singing in church, right? So I got like one of them church voices. But nowadays, with the music that goes on the radio and
Very
like the stream,
simple.
we have to be more simple now. Like we can't. I mean, I can't do all of that. Like
You don't have to be. It just depends on what kind of music you make.
yeah, I know. Like, well, you'll get to see more of my vocals like on my EP. Like I have a song to my son that like I'm projecting more, but like it really don't hurt my feelings. Just like
Because you knew what you was
they're gonna
capable
see.
of.
Yeah, like I know I can sing, but I'm just like, little do y'all know y'all gonna have a rude awakening. Like I see a lot of people, you know, that say she just a one-hit wonder or like stuff like that don't bother me because I know that I'm coming back with something. Like if I'd be worried if I couldn't come back with something. But
You gonna sing for us today?
I mean, I could sing something for you. I know you like to put people on the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, when they told me you was coming up, I was like, it's cute and everything, but if she don't sing, I don't really got nothing to talk to her about.
But you just talked to me all before asking me to sing.
Thank you.
I know, but that was just me being nice. I didn't really care about none of that.
We would
I care
like to
about
hear
these
a little
vocals.
something, though.
Listen, I'm happy you're a mom, and I'm happy your son is healthy. The relationship with this light-skinned nigga with a beard and this other nigga over here with a beard, so what? What these vocals is talking about?
Okay, let me see. What can I sing? Yes, I was just singing Alicia Keys.
Whatever.
Whatever you want.
What you gonna sing? Falling?
I'll give you a little something.
That's like the what is that? That's like the talent show anthem. Falling. I keep everybody won that one.
Nah.
What you got? What you got? Give us some.
I sing a little bit of If I Ain't Got You.
Whatever you want.
Let's go.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Queen Naija. And then what's the single right now after Medicines? It's still Medicines. It's a new song, ain't it?
Karma.
Karma. Then we'll play Karma too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We going in. We going in. Queen Naija. Let's hit it.
All right. Let me clear my throat. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within. I've been there before. That life's a bore. It's horrible for the superficial. That's all I'm giving you.
You ain't gonna give me the. You gotta go to the thing with the
That's
thing.
all I'm giving you.
Nah, son,
No,
come on,
no,
son.
stay tuned for the EP.
Yo, you was about to go to the quad.
Stay tuned for the EP.
We got robbed today. Yo, it was a pleasure meeting you, and it's a great
good
story
luck with
too.
everything.
Yeah, very nice young lady. Stop poisoning niggas' food and have a great.
And it's okay to be a little crazy.
All right.
Yo,
No, they
she
like
beat a nigga with a bat. Do not listen to her.
I wanted to do that.
I learned my lesson. It's okay.
I wanted to do that in my medicine video, but they made me take it out.
What?
Cause it was too violent. I wanted to beat him with a bat on my video.
Maybe it's better if you took
This
it
is
out.
not okay, people.
It's okay. It's okay.
Cause it's just expressing the anger.
I know. I've been there.
You know what her response was when we was like, yo, you beat a nigga with a bat, you really beat a nigga? She was like, well, he hurt my heart, so I had to hurt him.
Yeah, in
That's
some way.
that's called a false equivalency, guys.
In some way, you
You
gotta.
can't physically damage somebody because they hurt your feelings.
Well, you gonna see these bruises and think of me.
Yo!
No.
Yo!
We've grown. It's different now.
Wow. Yo, it was a pleasure meeting you. Security.